you. That's great.
Oh, look at us recording.
Recording. It's live.
We are so professional right now and so on the mark. So, hello everyone. I'm Will Ellis, Rider at Home Realty. You could introduce yourself there, Dan.
I am Dan Baker, owner of Profit by Intention.
Right. So I guess go ahead.
This is our first attempt at making a live video podcast. Right? We figure we're stuck at home. There's nothing else to do. So
exactly. But I guess the video here is also to sort of inform people, one, of how we're doing, and two, how to sort of navigate through these times. Because again, as you said in your video this morning, Dan, that you posted on your YouTube channel, we will get through this together. So I think it's important that people understand that we're all going through the same thing right now, and there are going to be times that you're going to be concerned, and there'll be dark thoughts. But overall, every day it seems to be changing. What's that?
Wait a minute, Will. We're not all going through the same thing right now. You have no kids.
I don't have kids, but
you have no kids.
There are some days that I wish I have kids, I had kids. I ever had. Whatever.
You post pictures drinking rum from your back deck, relaxing in the sun, saying life is great right now.
Well, I'm not going to complain. I like my house is quiet. It's clean. No chaos. I love it. I mean, people with kids, I don't envy you. I mean, if I was a kid during this time, I would love it. Doing nothing all day? Oh my God.
I'm wearing a hat right now because I have half a head of gray hair from the last 2 weeks. That's all.
Well, hey, what can be done? But you are enjoying it, right? Your kids are still having fun. This is now week 3.
They're having fun. They're having fun. We walk that fine line between murder and divorce every day, but on the whole, we're all getting through it.
Right, and I'll say for my wife and I and our dog, the wife hates me most days because I'm loud, and she's working upstairs, and she's in insurance, so insurance is still going. She's working 8 to 10 hours a day, 5 days a week, so her job has not slowed down at all. So it depends on your industry. Certainly for me in real estate, I'm just gonna go there now, Dan. For me in real estate, it's slowing down, of course, a little bit, but as I said, in a couple of videos I've posted on my pages on social media, at Agent Will Ellis, that life happens, and some people need to still move. Not many. Some people are going to delay and hold off, which makes sense. But if you have buyers and they see a property that suits them, at times you may have to, go with your clients. Of course, social distancing and all that protocol stuff in place. And then brokerages have been very good about asking the proper screening questions. Have you traveled in the last 14 days? Do you have flu-like symptoms, etc.? Right at home, same thing. But it's been an interesting time. People are worried, and rightfully so. But I'm Mr. Positivity, and I believe that things.
You are almost sickeningly so.
I know. At the end of the day, you have no control over what's happening. Just have control over yourself. So I'm Mr. Positivity. It's still raining outside, but there's always going to be another day. So,
this is why I want to do this podcast with you, because you are the most genuinely positive person that I know. Like, so many people come up with this fake positivity, but you are like, this is you. You are it.
Well, thank you, Dan. And then for you, like, you're in finances. What are you hearing from clients and friends, etc.?
I spend all day just walking people off the ledge.
And what kind of advice are you giving them?
Well, people are worried because, we're only 2 weeks in, right? But
True.
People are already worried about what's going to happen in the next 3 to 6 months of their business. And what they really need to be considering is what are you going to do in the next 3 weeks to make sure that your business can survive?
Right?
And I find that a lot of people are trying to make the perfect decisions with what they need to do in their business right now. And it was in my video that I sent out this morning and posted to our YouTube channel, which it warms my heart that you watched it. That was very nice of you.
I felt it was a little long, but I did watch it, and I will share your video on my page because I think that there's good information in it. as
Awesome.
well.
Thanks, buddy. But so many people are so worried about making a perfect decision. So they're calling and saying, Dan, what's my best option to do this? What should I do to do this? And right now, we need to concentrate on making the best quick decision that you can make. Right. And I likened it in the video to a fire chief. A good friend of mine is a firefighter, and we were talking about decision making. And he said, when you go to a burning house, he goes, we have to make a quick best decision right away. If we wait to make the perfect decision, the house will be burned down and everybody will be dead within it, right?
Right.
So business owners right now, they need to take a look at their cash flow, their cash reserves, their prospects for future revenue, and make quick decisions on trimming their expenses, making sure that the cash burn rate of the business is slowing down, and then getting things organized. Because right now, we always talk about growth. Everybody wants growth in their business, but what we need to do right now is if you can break even for the next 3 to 6 months, that's a win. That's our new gold standard, right?
Exactly.
And that way.
Now, you said in your video, you also said you said trim your expenses. How would someone go about trimming their expenses?
You're cutting rid of all the fat. So you need to go. Well, everybody carries extra fat, right? So,
I literally do.
so
I literally do. I do. I carry a lot of fat around.
Yeah, so it doesn't hurt to trim a little bit of excess fat. So if most people look at their income statement, we can normally go through that and we can find. So I'll give you an example. 2 years ago, I did it with my own business. I found $1,600 a month worth of expenses that I was paying for that I didn't need. A lot of it is vanity. I was paying $300 a month for Infusionsoft because I wanted to have the best marketing software, except I realized you needed to be an engineer to run it. So I never used it. So for me, that $300 a month US expense, it was just sitting there getting paid. So if you go through there will definitely be things on your income statement that you don't need. What you need to ask yourself, is this an expense of the business or is it an investment in my business? Right, so if it's something that's going to help move your business along and generate revenues, that's not an expense, that's an investment. And those are fine to keep, and you're going to need to keep some of those, right? But most things are just expenses that you don't need to have. There's magazine subscriptions. There's frivolous office expenses that people go out and buy. And that's where we talk about the cash burn rate. Right now, stop buying all of those unnecessary items, right? You just want to make sure that you conserve as much cash in the business to keep you afloat for the next 3 months and not worry so much about, oh, I need to buy this or I need to buy this, right? Because once you've spent
that could be also applied to your family, as well. If you're now not working and you're applying for things like EI or whatever, and now you are at home, you can apply the same kind of principles, correct?
Oh, 100%. Because we know, and I mean, I am a great example of this. We business owners sometimes, we eat a little bit more food than what we need to, right? I mean, there's a lot of times, and I put this in the video, there are a lot of business owners that eat food when the business doesn't have enough food to feed the business.
Exactly.
Okay? And so one of the number one things you can do is look at your personal expenses. And if you can cut those down, then you can draw less money on the business, right? So it becomes a win-win. And really, for most people, they should not need as much money right now because we can't eat food, we can't go anywhere. We can't really, I mean, I've got a brand new car full of gas at 80 cents for premium that I can't drive. So I'm saving gas money. I'm saving 407 money. There's lots of ways that people can look into their sort of expenditure closet and find ways to cut money.
Now, if you are a business, because I'm an entrepreneur as well. I think if you're an entrepreneur, there's great, effective, cost-effective marketing you can do. Because right now, what I'm seeing, and I also read an article about how TV ratings are now up, Netflix. I mean, everyone's at home. Yeah. So if you're in a business where you need to sort of still be out there, videos like this, posts on your business page, posts on your website, reaching out to clients and friends through technology. It's a great way to still remain top of mind for a current client and a potential client down the road as well, correct?
Best thing you can do right now is just help people.
Exactly.
Just do whatever you can do to support people and help people. Don't worry about making money on it or have an underlying sales proposition. Just help people. And when this is over, that will come back to you one way or another. Tenfold, right? And you do it all the time. You do it all the time. I watch your videos. Now you do have to do another grilled cheese video because that is still
now that we have this Zoom recording thing, we could cook together.
That is still the number one video I've ever seen in my life. That was, I think I shared that 10,000 times.
But have you made a barbecued grilled cheese sandwich before?
Never. But the look on your face, when you bit into that thing, I haven't seen a look like that. It was unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Nothing beats fresh bread, garlic butter or butter, and then just tons of cheese.
I mean, you know what? It still sucks though, because right now grocery stores have nothing. And then I go onto your Facebook page and there you are showing off this delectable meal with gorgonzola cheese and blue cheese smothered steaks and all kinds of stuff.
You know what? Here's the thing. I don't hoard anything, but my grocery shopping is out. I mean, now I'm not going out to restaurants, so I'm at home. I even forget what a restaurant is. Like, what's a restaurant? But we're at home, the wife and I, and the dog, and we're eating delicious, incredible meals that you pay $100 or $200 for at the keg or wherever for $20, right? You can still feel like you're going out. The wife, I'm done, but I have a drink nightly. We try to have fun in life. And I know I'm not a parent, we're parents as well. When we were all kids, I'm talking to parents here, when we were all kids and we had our summers, we did nothing. I spent 10 weeks in the summer doing nothing, and I loved it.
It's true.
Today's kids are so heavily scheduled, and these kids cannot even have a thought in their brain because they know they have something next to do on their calendar.
That's true.
I think this is a great time to strip down the structure that kids have and give them like an hour or 2 hours a day to do nothing. Just sit in the corner or read a book or something, and don't bother me. That's what I would if I was a parent. But I'm not a parent, and I don't envy you, parents. You got to homeschool kids, which what is that? Homeschool kids.
Oh, I guarantee you, if I had to homeschool my kids, I will have the dumbest children in the world right now. Because I can't do it. I just can't do it. It's like we try to have math time and we try to have reading time, and then all of a sudden my phone rings and it's like, you know what? There's a video game over there in the corner. Yeah. Just occupy yourself for a few minutes, right?
Right. Like you could do math like, there are 10 popcorn kernels. If I eat 3, how many are there? Seriously, that's what I would do. There's 7. There's some good math.
That's awesome. Hey, I got a question for you going back to your real estate. So now, yes, for these few people that you do have to take out to a house, when you go into it, do you walk through the front door and then say, can you picture yourself being quarantined in this house for 3 to 6 months? Is that the selling proposition?
I've seen it online. Yeah. No, I mean, it's weird because you go into homes now and you have some hand sanitizer. I am crazy about germs in general. So of course it's annoying that I have to at times go out, but you have to do what you have to do for your clients. But when you're going into a home now, it's like socially distanced. I literally have hand sanitizer in my back of my car, which I've always had. And you just go in there, you're in and out, you're not touching light switches, you're not touching door handles, except for the front door. You're limiting what you're touching.
Right.
And typically if someone sees a house, they don't need to go through drawers. Like when we bought our home here, and you probably the same, you saw it, you're like, this is the house I want. There's a feeling you get when you like a house. I've been in enough homes now that you get a feeling that you see in your client's face that they know they want that house immediately. And so when it comes to taking clients out, you screen them, as I mentioned. You don't drive together because you can no longer drive together, and you have to keep your 2 meters apart, and no hugging, no handshaking, none of that, which I like. So it's a good thing. I hope once we get through this, I hope people understand and value space. I find people are always so close, and drives me crazy. So I hope after this, people understand the value of personal space and the basics of washing your hands, which many people don't do. Now they do it, but before they didn't do it.
It's crazy.
So I never got that. I don't get how you go to a grocery store, buy an apple that's been sitting out, coughed on, touched by numerous people, and not wash it. It just makes no sense to me.
So at the end of the day, though, it sounds like you're on the same page as me, though, thinking that this has the potential to be a good thing that we're doing.
It is. I think it's a great thing.
As lousy as it is with having people out of work and all these other things and being confined into your houses, there's a lot of good that can come out of it, right?
And again, as an entrepreneur, my income's severely impacted by this, by what's happening right now. But again, if you're a person that says, I remember watching This Is Us. I've been on a This Is Us rant for the last 2 weeks. Great show. But there's an episode where Rebecca, the mother, who's now showing early signs of Alzheimer's, says some line tied to when we as people say, okay, let's do this next time. And then there's never a next time because there's always something else happening that keeps you from doing what you want to do with your kids or in your home. Now is the time for you to, like, I clean my basement. You can clean your garage out. You can declutter your home. You could.
Hey. I'm going to have to be quarantined for a long time before I start cleaning out that garage.
Right. But I'm just saying you can set up tasks at home to keep yourself busy. Also,
absolutely.
This was 12 years ago before Netflix, where we didn't have smart TVs, we didn't have smartphones. It would be a lot worse.
Yes,
right?
It would.
People have phones. We have Netflix. Like, there's so much TV that I don't have enough time today to watch what I want to watch. But I just started watching that Tiger King.
You did?
On Netflix. I did, and now I'm hooked in. It's annoying because it's not that great, but everyone's talking about it. So I started to watch that, and I'm in episode 2 or 3 right now. I think it's 3. It's an interesting documentary. So there's always good, unique things to watch on television.
Nice. So what do you want to leave the people with today then, Will?
Well, today, just again, I'm Mr. Positivity. Like, this will pass.
Absolutely.
We are all going through it. This is a great opportunity to reconnect with friends. I mean, great. You have some friends you may have not talked to in a while. Call them on the phone. I downloaded this house party app on my phone that is amazing. It's just your ability to connect with people quickly through video chat. It's awesome. You can play trivia on this app. But again, just stay connected with your friends and your family. There's going to be tough times ahead for families and for people. And just know that we're all in this together. And that's the only way we really would get out of this, if we support each other and socially distance and stay home.
It's a great message, buddy. Great message. So when are we doing this again?
Tomorrow.
Same time, same channel.
Why not?
All right, Will. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Yes. Talk to you soon.
Buddy. Bye.
Bye.